Howdy, Possum Patty here, and this is Emma. And this is Emma, my shabby chic journal made with flea market finds. So come on along. This is part of the hashtag Flea Market Journal Challenge, co-hosted by Susan at Susan Hiles Art and Sheree at Turquoise Dreaming and Maria at Maria's Miscellany. I will link their channels below. And I worked on the cover quite a bit, as you can see. And yesterday I was working on the hidden spine, which the signatures are sewn in, but you can't see it from the front. And the day before that, I painted all these wonderful pink and purple papers and stamped them. And today I am working on inside of the cover. And I showed you this peacock material yesterday, I believe it was. Now this is not from a flea market. So this is part of my 10%, okay? But it was a bargain material, I believe, at Walmart. I believe I got this at Walmart. So it's just bargain material. Nothing fancy. And I experimented with the front of the inside cover. And what I did was first I added, well, I'll show you when I do the back. I added another layer of batting to bring this up to even Steven. And then I took a piece of this recyclable mailing envelope. Sometimes Amazon will send you in this paper envelope. It's got a little bit of packing in there. So it's nice and crinkly and soft. So I use this. And I put the material on that. I'll show you that in a few minutes. And then I decided that it needed to be more frou-frou, because I'm trying to be as frou-frou as possible, which is new to me. So I added a piece of this vintage lace on top of it, like that. And I'll show you that in a few minutes. And then I sewed around the edges. I can show you that. And I did go around the bird and around the edge, and then I glued it down so you can see, whoops, on all sides there. I left a little bit of the lace hanging down, which is new to me. But now I have a dilemma here. I had this longer, but it seemed to me like when I closed the book, it was catching on this part here. So I cut it shorter. But now I want to put something in this gully that kind of fill up that space a little bit. So I have this trim, and this is the kind of trim that you can add a piece of ribbon to. I'm looking for it. Here it is. See these holes there? You can put some ribbon in there. So I got out some white and some old rose color ribbons. I tried the white, and then I tried the pink or rose, whatever color that is. And I kind of like the dark pink or rose color. And this will fit perfect in this little gully, and then I will not glue down these two edges and just leave them flexible. So when I open and close it, they will bend right up and then open back up again. And then I think that'll be it for the inside cover. I'll go through the process while I'm doing the back cover, but I decided to do this basically off camera because I wasn't really sure what I was doing at the time. But I like how it came out. I think it'll be nice, and I like this in here. Pink certainly goes with everything that I'm doing. So now all I have to do is glue this down, and I have 2 bottles of this beacon glue that are almost done. Almost. See if I can get anything out of them. If I can't, I'm going to throw it in the trash. I hate glue bottles when they get to the end. Oops, moving the whole ribbon. The glue gets clumpy. It's hard to squeeze out. Not my favorite thing to do. Ugh. But I will keep using it till it gets to the end. Alright, so. Ooh, sorry, I didn't mean to bump you. So I am going to put that right in that gully, right there. I think I got it. Okay, I'm going to let that dry for a minute, then close it up and see if that works. I hope it works, because I put a lot of glue on there. Okay, but that's nice. Got my pink on the cover. I've got some pink flowers here, but offset it with a little bit of this blue and teal. See, this part's going to bend, but I want it to bend because it needs to be a little flexible to open and close here. Just this part needs to stay down like that. I think. I'm not sure. Just trying it out. See if that works. Okay, so I will put that somewhere. Put it over there. So that's Mr. Possum yawning. He's a little tired right now. So here we have the mailer, and I've already cut my peacock. So my peacock will get glued down to the paper. And I'm just kind of centering it. If I put his little top feather there at the top, going to lose a little bit of his tail feather, but that's okay. So what I did was, that's his top, so we'll go with that. Cover this with Elmer's Craft Bond Extra Strength glue stick. To get that material to lie nice and flat on this lumpy paper. Listen to the crinkle. So let's start with that. And if I hold it up to the light, I can, oops, see where it is. Gotta go back up a little bit. It looks crooked to me. As you can see, I didn't cut this material on a perfectly straight line. Okay, press it down. See, the wrinkles come out if you press it down into the glue stick. I mean, it is wrinkly because I got this crinkly paper underneath. Okay, that looks pretty good. Flip it over. And I want just enough to fold. So there's a lot on this side. I really don't need all that under there. So I might cut this just a little bit. Just a little bit. Then I'm going to fold this over and put on the lace. All right, did this first, right? Yeah. Of course, that was last night or early this morning, whenever it was I was working on the other part. It was early this morning. Now I got to remember what I did. Okay, it doesn't have to be exactly the same because it is in the back of the journal, so be somewhat the same. Somewhat the same. Okay, now I got to add a little extra glue over here in the material. Get the corners glued down. This will basically hold it in place till I get the lace on, and then I take it to the sewing machine and sew around. Of course, things always seem to go easier when you are off camera. It's like going to keyboard lesson. We have a class, and sometimes there are as many as 10 or 12 people in the class. And you know, you practice your song, and you practice all week. And you can play it note for note, no problem. You have all this confidence in yourself. And then you get up in front of the class to play your music. And all of a sudden now you can't play. Okay, I did not put glue on the lace. I put this trim hanging over the bottom, but the white line on the paper there. And like that. And what I did on the other one is to make sure that most of the face was not covered. So then I flipped it over and did the same thing. Stick it down. The bottom, you don't need to put any glue in the bottom because this is going to hang down, but the sides, I'm going to fold over. Like that. And then I'm going to go back and check, see where it is. Before I do the top. Okay, that'll be fine. Do you like it with the lace over the material, over the peacock? I mean, the peacock's pretty. But it just looked a little stark after all that lace on the cover. But I wanted to use it, so this was my solution. Was to put this sheer fabric on top of it. Then I'll have to let this dry for a few moments so I don't gum up my sewing machine. Oops, sticking to my fingers because I got glue all over my fingers. Oh, I know, while this is drying, I can add some batting to the journal. Okay, at the bottom I did trim it a little bit, but that might be okay. I like it. The fabric gives it a little bit of mystery, a little bit of magic. Magic and mystery. I can make sure the corners get done right. Okay, so let's put this aside. Take a minute to dry, or so it's mostly dry. Okay, where's the journal? Where's the journal? Journal's down here. Okay. It's getting heavy and I haven't put anything in it yet. Okay, how are we doing with this ribbon? Open it back up. I think that's gonna work. I think that's gonna work. And this is perfect match to these flowers over here. Okay, so now I'm gonna get the batting and work on the back and get it ready. Okay, I cut a piece of the cotton batting because you see how I've got this double layer material here and it's folded over there and there. This one, I don't know, I think I'll just feels thicker at the top than at the bottom. I think this will just even it out a little bit because it came out fine on the front. You can't see all the different layers of the material, except for on the edge a little bit. You can see where I folded it over, but that's okay. It can be a little shabby. Okay, on the front, what did I do? I used tacky glue and just covered this with tacky glue and glued it down. And then I will put this on to dry, and then in a few minutes I will go over and just run the peacock around in the sewing machine for a few minutes. Get some stitching on there, and then I will glue that down, and then it will be done. Well, the cover will be done. The journal's far from done, far from done. I just wanted this cover to be very thick and cushiony. I should have put some more glue under there, hold that down, but I can't do that now. Okay, so we can let that dry. Glue on my hands. And back to the peacock, I'm going to run. What I did on the first one is I went straight, and then the second time around I just went wiggly, and then I just went around the peacock, and then I went around the peacock again. As you can see here. And I'm going to go do that, and oh no, I won't be done. I want to put the ribbon here too. I'll be right back. Okay, this trim and this ribbon did come from the flea market, and you just take the thin ribbon and weave it through these slits here. This way you can customize the trim any way you would like. And almost done. I left a little hanging at the top and the bottom. cut at an angle. Okay, I was just waiting for this to dry a little bit more. So I will put this in here after I glue this on. Okay, I've got my stitching round and around the bird and around the edge. This pretty teal green thread. My thread is also from the flea market, but I think I mentioned that before. So this is going to get glued down here. What did I use? I don't think it matters. Oh, you know what? I think I used the stinky stuff, but I think the stinky stuff is just about empty. Because this is like Fabri-Tac. Oh, this one's got quite a bit in it. Not the one that's almost empty, I guess. So this is interesting. Watch me spread glue. Make sure I get the corners. The edges are important because you want them to kind of lay down flat. I hate the corners that go popping up. Popping up. Well, this is turning into quite the project. This is video number... Which one is this? 3? This is number 3. 4. The cover, 1. The pages, 2. The spine, 3. This is number 4. And I'm just finishing up the cover. Next, I'm going to put Emma in the book. And then I'm going to look for some old photos. Some old family photos, I think. Kind of make this shabby chic girls. Maybe I'll put all the girls in the family in here. Oh, you know what I can do? I can make this the girls in the family. And I can make a steampunk, because I got all that steampunk stuff. I can put the boys in the steampunk. Make a more masculine one. Since this one is going to be as about frou-frou as I can get it. Okay, those clips are probably going to have to stay on there a while. I can get this as flat as I can. But I think I can go ahead and put the ribbon on. The room is in desperate need of a tidy up. A bit of a tidy up. I can get all these journal cover makings out of the way and get out the journal page makings. I'm going to put some vintage Peterson magazines. I got some ideas. I gotta find some pretty paper. And where's the gully? Gotta get that down in the gully. Junk journaling, it always hides your mistakes. Well, it's not really a mistake. It's kind of a functional thing. This piece was a little too thick to put close to the spine, and when I went to close it, it was kind of crinkling it all up. So I made it a little shorter. And now I'm just kind of filling in the space. Make sure that stays down. Well, I'm going to let this dry. So you're just going to have to come back tomorrow. And I will show the finished cover in all of its shabbiness. And well, this might be staying down already. It might be staying down. On the other one, I had to put a little more glue on the bottom, so I may go ahead and do that. But progress, make progress every day. Shabby chic cover, shabby chic inside. Okay, and Emma's going to go right here. I'm not going to use this studio card though, unless I cut it down. I might cut it down and then put something pretty around it and just put her on the front page. And I want to put her name somewhere. Emma. I gotta put her name on here. Okay, thanks for coming along for this quick let's finish up this cover. It's all done except for the glue to dry. And I thank you, and Emma thanks you for coming along today, and I want to wish everybody happy junk journaling. And don't forget to click on the hashtag Flea Market Journal Challenge and check out everybody's works. Thanks for coming along today. Bye bye.